Welcome to Becoming Saiyans.
A Dragon Ball rewatch podcast.
And we're back. I'm Truman.
And I'm Jesse.
And this is Becoming Saiyans, a Dragon Ball rewatch podcast. This week we watched The Turtle Hermit Way and The Tournament Begins.
Woo!
What are some first thoughts you have on them?
Pretty good episodes. I mean, we're in a decent run of like good episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it? The last probably 8 episodes have been pretty good.
Yeah, but everybody also just loves a training montage.
Montages are awesome.
Training montage episodes are great. The last 2 were that, and these 2 were basically that too.
And we have to state, we were kind of joking about it last episode of the podcast that we were so close.
Yeah.
We got an entire episode where Roshi wasn't a pervert.
Yeah, that is true. That automatically takes us to the top tier of this
We
saga.
did it.
All right.
He was in it for the entire episode, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
At least that we caught.
Yeah, I didn't see a
second
single one
two.
in the first one. I could be wrong. But there also wasn't a single girl in the first episode.
Yeah, there wasn't a single girl.
Like, even Launch isn't seen. We can assume she's cooking, but she's not seen.
I think...
In the first episode, she's not seen at all. She's not seen until the second one, where the pervertedness comes back.
Yeah, where it's like there wasn't a girl for Roshi to perv on, which is like I guess the only way he's not gonna do it.
Exactly.
Because he did it pretty decent, and then they made up for it in the second episode of the podcast.
And so we will get into this. This is the 5th episode of the tournament saga. And I'll get some trivia on the Turtle Hermit Way. It shows, first we'll start with differences from the manga. Scenes of other martial artists is exclusive to the anime. That's not in the manga. They don't.
I mean, that makes sense.
It makes sense for a show to have jump cuts to that stuff.
Because it's easier to do than spinning an entire page to show other people beating up each other.
Or even just like an entire frame, you know.
It's like why would I draw that? But when you can animate it, it's a little easier.
And in the anime, after training Goku and Krillin along with Master Roshi, head back to the Kame house to eat until she sneezes and turns into evil, and instead they go out for a restaurant. Oh, that does happen. Yeah, they do see her for a second.
I think they see her for a second, but
he doesn't do anything.
They're so focused on breakfast that they just don't even.
I
think they go to the house.
Yeah,
but she's only in the episode for like 30 seconds at most,
and it's immediately a sneeze.
Yeah.
In the manga, they just show them at the restaurant. They never went home for that antics joke, you know?
Yeah.
The anime shows a flashback of Krillin at Orin Temple. That's not in the manga, but is mentioned later in the manga. And as far as trivia, at the restaurant, there is a regular, human, like an earthling, who looks like Oolong, wearing the exact same outfit.
Yeah, I was about to say, I noticed that, too.
The red star, the black suit, all that stuff. The red star hat.
Obvious, militaristic lowdown.
Goku does not have trouble with reading, even though he grew up in the woods. It's possible Gohan taught him, but in other stuff, it's shown that Master Roshi was the one who actually taught him to read, which is just kind of weird, what's true, what's not, canon.
Some of those canon
But it showed that he was shown to learn how to read it from Bob and Margaret, which is an adult subject matter controversial book.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I remember that was the episode.
But apparently, it's so easy that later on in the show, another character is able to read it too, and then he learned how to read as a part of the basic education. Logically, there shouldn't be sharks in a lake, is part of the trivia, because they live in the ocean. Maybe they're bull sharks, because bull sharks
can't live in water. Yep. Or it's like the one shark from 1906 in New Jersey that was believed to be a bull or a great white.
Yeah.
That
bull sharks have been known to swim up rivers into the ocean or into lakes.
They have the ability. They can they have an organ that no other shark has.
They can filter fresh water
into salt water and stuff like that.
And just after Roshi tells Goku and Krillin there are sharks, we do hear the variation Jaws theme, which was also played when the Dragon Balls are stolen when they're sneaking around with the pink arrows in Pilaf's castle. Then Goku and Krillin swim naked, and in the edited dub, Master Roshi's staff is redrawn to cover up their stuff.
Yeah.
The construction foreman is played by one of the producers of the show, and his name is Barry Watson. So
Barry Watson.
And then moving on to the next episode, some differences from the manga is Master Roshi is another one of those. They added something perverted to the anime. Master Roshi trying to launch his skirt with chopsticks underneath the chair, or underneath the table, only in the anime, not in the manga. Yeah. Yamcha training in the wilderness is exclusive to the anime.
Which is a good addition. It's one of the few additions where you want it to be good.
And also, like, him returning to West City to save Bulma. That's all new stuff added to the anime.
But it's good character building. It's good.
Yeah.
It kind of gives you a justification about, like, why he's definitely going to be way stronger when we see him in the next couple episodes.
Yeah.
When he's fighting in the tournament.
Goku reuniting with Yamcha happens way earlier here than it does in the manga. In the manga, they don't meet up until late into the preliminaries. And then likewise, the same is true with with Bulma, Oolong, and Puar.
With Bulong.
I was gonna say Bulong. Goku meets up with them shortly after meeting Yamcha, but in the manga, they don't meet up with each other until after the preliminaries. And then the trivia for this one is Krillin is reading on the airplane. He's reading a newspaper titled USA News, meaning that somewhere out there the United States of America exists.
Well, we know the Olympics exist, so I mean, it makes sense that a lot of human history happened the same way.
Yeah. The scene of Roshi touching the flight attendant's butt was taken out of the Toonami broadcast. So, Toonami trying to save the anime from all of these scenes that were added from the manga. Bulma said that she went to Roshi's Island to see them. But excluding the Dragon Ball Curse of the Blood Rubies, which is one of the movies, Bulma's never been to the island. Billboard.
No, she had.
No, they never went to the island with her. They met at the beach. Remember? So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because Roshi comes to the beach. Then the Ox King Goku flies in the Nimbus Cloud to the beach.
I completely forgot. Like I completely skipped over that line. I'm like, because I was like, oh yeah, of course she's been to the island.
Yeah.
And then like now when you said that, I'm like, I thought she had. No, yeah. Think about it. Yeah, she hasn't.
And then there's a billboard with the name Blue Bibbin Man in a blue outfit seen in the city, which he is a character for sure.
Well, I figured he was. He's in the show.
The episode marks the debut of the Turtle School uniform, which goes on to become Goku's signature outfit from Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super up until Dragon Ball GT, where he wears a new outfit.
I wrote that down as soon as I saw it. I'm like, iconic outfits have debuted in this episode for both him and Krillin. I think Krillin might change eventually.
Krillin changes from time to time. He doesn't always wear the same outfit.
But
normally, when he's fighting,
Goku will wear the orange outfit for probably 90% of his screen time for a really long time.
Yeah,
especially if he's gonna fight. When you see any footage of Goku fighting, he's in the orange jumpsuit or he's
blue
transformed and
underneath the orange.
Yeah, he's
jumpsuit.
transformed and the orange jumpsuit got torn or something.
Yeah,
but it's there. You know exactly what he's wearing. I thought it was really cool that this was the episode it was shown in.
Yeah. Another one of them, Barry Watson, shows up again. He is the taxi driver as well that drives them from the airport to the tournament. He also plays that guy, along with the construction worker from last episode.
I guess it makes sense that he's always coming in to play, very quick. I have 4 lines of dialogue. I'm going to say something,
and then I'm going to move on.
Yeah, pseudo, little extra work.
Yeah,
because it's easy just to do it yourself than have to pay someone to record 3 lines of dialogue, especially at this point in time. I mean, we've kind of established the money involved in dubbing and stuff.
Yeah,
voice acting at this time it's way cheaper just to step in the booth for 10 minutes and do a couple lines.
Yeah, and then the last trivia is one that is a anti-canon one, basically. Here it's explicitly stated that Roshi says the Turtle School does not have its own fighting style, but it just builds on the pre-existing skills of people that they have, exponentially. But this is later contradicted when Roshi himself, in a different episode later on, remarks that without knowing somebody's identity, they fight like they were taught the training style of the Turtle Hermit. Which is which one is it, man? Is it that you don't have a... No, because he specifically says, I don't have any kung fu styles. I just take what you got and make it better.
I mean, how I could read into that is, and I don't know the full context of whatever that. We'll get that context eventually, but the way it sounds to me, it's like when you don't know the fighting style, you can just rely on your inner like skill that is trained in the Turtle Hermit training style.
Yeah.
Where it's like, again, the entire point of because that's the first episode we're going to talk about, so you might as well get into it now.
Yeah.
The entire point
of this episode. Before we get there, we'll pause on that. I'll go through our summary. So it's going to be a pretty short one because the first episode is just the rest of the training from the last episode. Where in the last episode we saw the pre-breakfast training. From this one we see from breakfast onward.
Now we get the recap for the pre-breakfast, and then yeah,
and then we just kind of time jump for a majority of these episodes.
Yeah, and then all of the second episode is pretty much time jumping until the last like 6 minutes.
Yeah, so like we jump 7 months. We jump 7 months into the future during the next episode. But this episode is basically just all taking place in one day.
Technically, we jump like 8 months in the next episode.
Well, no, because remember, we jumped 7 months and then we finished the last
I guess right.
But the first episode, we just go through the rest of the routine. We get some wise words from Roshi, some silly antics along the way that we'll get into. And then in the next episode, we've jumped 7 months in the future. They've gotten super strong. And they're like, okay, teach us kung fu or teach us martial arts. And he's like, what do you mean?
The first lesson in learning martial arts is there is no martial arts.
Basically. And then they move on to the last day where they fly into town and they get signed up for the martial arts tournament that will start presumably next episode.
Yeah, presumably is the nice way of putting it. It's next episode we're fighting people.
Well, we don't know. There might be something that happens, some antics.
Yeah, you might have a director, Rose and Pokemon Sword and Shield. Yeah. Hey, sorry, you can't fight. I just created Doomsday. You gotta go help me stop this. I'm gonna blow up the world because I'm an idiot. So can you please stop that before you fight each other?
First of all, he doesn't blow up the world because he's an idiot. He blows up the world because in 300 years there's gonna be a power outage. So I have to stop that now.
So because he's an idiot.
No. But it's way more dumb if you say why he's an idiot.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's more fun to say why he's an idiot, but it's really easy to sum it up by being because he's an idiot.
There's going to be a power shortage 300 years from now.
I think it might actually be longer than 300 years. I don't remember the exact time.
I'm pretty sure
I think it's like thousands of years from now.
Like, so I have to set off a nuke to save the world.
Yeah, I have to
stay 300 years in the future.
I have to become Death, the Destroyer of Worlds, to make sure that my like ancestors on ancestors on like not my ancestors, my descendants on descendants on descendants on descendants on descendants on descendants don't run out of power.
Yeah.
And I'm like, by then we're probably gonna figure out something else to do. There's no reason. Like, it's so dumb. It's one of the few times where I've looked at Pokemon writing. I'm like, man, you gotta just probably just do this. You probably like got drunk one night and was like, that's how we're gonna finish it. Like, it's how it feels.
That one is rough.
And then they get up. I mean, Scarlet and Violet's not bad.
Scarlet and Violet's great.
Yeah, not bad.
But Scarlet and Violet is not Dragon Ball. And
it's not what we're talking about.
That's all that we have to say about these two trainings episodes. And so we're going to start getting into it. It sounded like we were kind of on the last episode, or on the whole thought behind that last trivia fact, which is
like the last trivia, because it's like the way of the Hermit. It's like what he's teaching them in the way of the Hermit, like. Maybe the fighting, like the way I interpret it, is like the fighting style of the Hermit is just, you just kind of, as you're learning what your opponent does, you're using your physical abilities beyond, like that's how the fighting style is. The fighting style is whatever your manifestations of your physical abilities are.
It's Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah,
and that's like, I wrote that down probably 3 or 4 times. That like the training is very like Karate Kid.
It's so obvious that like, and I think Karate Kid, obviously, I think the original came out after this.
And it's like even then, like there's it's a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy.
Yeah, I mean
this kind of stuff has been around for forever.
It is
like,
a classic
Rocky
training.
Is basically the Karate Kid, where like the first Rocky movie,
which I think, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I think the boxing trainer scenes like in this episode and in the next episode is based off of Rocky.
Yeah,
I think a little bit.
Yeah, he kind of looked like the Rocky trainer. I couldn't really tell. I didn't see much of Rocky in the boxer,
but like I think it's it's based off of that dynamic of training, because I did look it up, and Rocky did come out in 1976, the first Rocky movie. So I think there's a potential this is some like that particular group of two people in the training montages is loosely based off of the Rocky
because they've already had Bruce Lee.
They had Bruce Lee. They've had there's probably other things that were missed in that montage of things that we just don't get, the references we don't understand ourselves.
But like the whole like training style of I'm going to do very unorthodox stuff, but because it's like it uses strength or endurance or agility, but doing these things, it'll make me a better fighter in the long run.
Wax on, wax off.
Yeah, wax on, wax off, or like punching the meat, tenderizing the meat in the freezer.
Using chopsticks to catch a fly. I think that's a new age Karate Kid.
That's the OG one.
Is it
that's
the OG
Miyagi. Because Jackie Chan and he pulls out a fly swatter and swats it. It's like he's like got the chopsticks and then he just pulls out a fly swatter because it's like a reference there. But it's like learning how to do all these things will make you faster, stronger, punch harder, kick harder because you got all this stuff.
I mean, which isn't drastically wrong. Like, it is weird when you think about it. Like, it feels weird in the moment. Then when you think about it and you kind of look at footage of athletes, especially now, training and things, just like you see them doing weird stuff. And you're like, that's weird. And then you kind of look into, like, the physics and the science behind what they're doing. And I'm like, it's a great way to train what they need to train, which by also limiting the potential for serious injury.
Yeah.
If done properly. Obviously, if you work out improperly, you will always hurt yourself.
Yeah. It's like how I was talking with a friend of mine who does weightlifting, and he refuses to do like a deadlift. Because deadlift is like the amount of gain you gain from doing it
versus the risk
of injury. No matter how well you do it, is like the risk reward is not good.
Like a lot of professional athletes aren't gonna do that.
It's better to do other weightlifting that can
like adjacent.
Yeah, like and emulate the deadlift and work the same muscle groups.
I mean,
without the risk.
Because I mean, you look at deadlift, and what's the number one part of your body that you think deadlifts?
You're gonna blow your back
problems.
out.
You're gonna get back problems if you do it. You even marginally wrong,
even if
at a high enough, at like 100 pounds, added to the bar, whatever the bar weight is that you're using, you will pull and tear something in your back.
It'll like even if you're doing it right, you're still probably gonna make your back sore. Yeah. Even if you're doing it right,
it's one of those where it's like. You do it like in high school because like maybe the coaches just aren't doing it. Like the coaches haven't done because your high school coaches are just going to do whatever's the easiest
or
set up.
Or if you're in like powerlifting as a sport.
Because powerlifting does deadlift.
Yeah,
that's a power. That's a power lift.
Yeah.
But it's like there's you can do unorthodox things when training, and it's like. It works. It limits your stuff. So like them swimming back and forth over
that's working your whole muscle.
It's cool.
It's working awesome. All of your muscles out swimming, and like you work out all of your muscle groups at the same time. You're also building stamina because you can't breathe 100% of the time.
Yeah, like it's great, and it's even better when you're swimming for your life away from Jaws.
Exactly.
Like obviously that's an animation thing. You should not swim in shark, crocodile, alligator infested water.
They are
you will die.
You are not Goku or Krillin. They are faster than
you're not an alien from outer space. They're gonna catch you. Yeah. But swimming in general, great workout. You should always do it.
The whole running, the carrying the weight the whole time while they're running.
Yeah, the turtle shells, the milk going up and digging farmland and agriculture without a hose and equipment.
Yeah,
great, awesome. That's good. Like unrealistic for a person in real world
and of that age and everything.
Yeah, again, it's animation. It's exaggerating things.
But doing stuff like that is tried and true in real world.
Like find a big hill, put some like ankle weights on, and do up downs on a hill, man.
Like Kate Bush.
Like what is it? Derrick Henry does like hill running like that. Like I don't know if he has like weights.
He also does sand. Yeah. Sand training where he'll run in awesome. Sand, which they also do that in the desert part.
And I know we and you both have been playing like the Pretty Derby game.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason why when you're like on the beach training, doing the beach training, like they're all super high level training, because during the summer break you're like able to do weird gymnastics, like the power training. I think there is like you're running on the beach.
Yeah.
Like because you have to use more power in your legs to get the same speed and distance on sand.
And so, the training makes sense, but that just going back to that trivia question, him saying, I don't teach martial arts, and then sometime later, with not giving context, him being like, those martial art moves look similar to what I teach. And it's like that's the problem. I don't think the problem is with his training. I think his training works. But the problem is him going from saying I don't teach martial arts to
I want to know the full context of the clip.
We'll get there. It's like pretty soon. So
yeah, it's just because it's like it just sounds to me maybe he's like because I thought like you're like talking about like he overcorrected. Rely on your ability to like what you trained with your muscles to do that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just mishearing the quote.
Well, because the way he says it is like the way that this character moves reminds me of a lot of the the martial arts that I teach, like of martial arts training that I've taught people before. Mm-hmm. So like that's where it comes in, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, once we get to the full context, I might like fully understand.
Yeah, you might change your mind,
or like hear him say it. Maybe I'll fully understand it or something.
But the correlation, just from what I know of the context, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you've seen the episode. I haven't.
Yeah. So the first note I have to get us on to this, there is a preliminary round to this tournament. This is from the first episode, so we don't know anything about the tournament except for like they're like, well, we're tired, and he's like, if you're tired now, you're never going to make it past the preliminary round. It's like, there's a preliminary round,
which makes sense. I mean, if it's a world tournament, you have to
trim the fat a little bit.
Yeah, you got to have a way where everyone's just all out brawling until you get to the like a top, and then obviously in the tournament arc. The second episode where they get to the tournament stuff.
Happen.
Like you find out like the preliminary rounds cut the beef until there's the eight strongest fighters, and then I presume it's just going off of vibes of tournament arcs and stuff.
Yeah.
It's probably like internationally televised. Those 8 fighters going at each other.
Yeah, and they're seeded 1 through 8. 1 and 2 fight each other. 3 and 4 fight each other. 5 and 6 fight each other.
I figured it'd be like 1-8, like it'd go.
No, it's literally just 1 and 2 because they're not ranked like 1st through 8th place. It's just so I can tell you this because we're gonna find it next episode. There's like a random ball drawing.
Okay, and it's like
drawing sticks to see who fights who.
You watch soccer or whatever, like
it's like
the UCL draw. You like the draw for the World Cup is a great example.
Yeah. It's literally just 1 through 8. They draw out numbers.
You have like 2 pots, and you're assigned whatever number, and there's 4 in each pot. And they pull out 1 ball from each pot. Something similar like that.
Similar like that, yeah.
It's like that type of system.
Yes. Now, how you get to those finalists, that's what we'll see next episode. But
I think a great way to get to that finalist is just win, baby.
Yeah.
You do the Al Davis Raiders method and just win, baby.
And so I put more Miyagi training again because it's just all of the training is Miyagi style.
It's like, literally just go out and do mundane tasks, but do them super fast and efficient, and also in like kind of an inefficient way to make your body a temple.
Yes. I love that, like, when they talk about doing, what was it, like, agriculture, and Goku's like, what does agriculture mean?
Playing with dirt.
Goes, it's a big word that means playing with dirt.
And you know what, Krillin? You're not wrong.
Yeah. And then they became barehanded farmhands, which I just thought was a fun way of saying it. So I wrote it down.
Barehanded farmhands. Yeah, like, big word that means playing with dirt, digging with their hands. Also, both of these episodes, like, justifiably so, they are eating food. They are devouring food.
Goku and Krillin can put food away like nobody's.
But also, they're working out probably harder than anyone else in the world right now.
If from what I can understand, they get 8 hours of sleep at night and an hour nap after lunch.
Yeah.
Outside of that, they are working.
Yeah, they are.
Outside of that and like the 3 meals, they are working. So, the next note I have is that they're out there punching the ground, and then I also put down that Roshi Again, more Miyagi training, but he's also pulling off the Gandalf smoking. I didn't point it out during the last episode, but he has like this Gandalf pipe.
He has a great pipe.
Like smoking, looking like Gandalf, blowing out the rings.
It's swaggy. Like that again. There's tons of reasons to love Roshi, and there is one ginormous glaring reason to hate him.
He is Mr. Miyagi and Dumbledore and Gandalf all rolled into one with a little bit of pervert.
With a little bit of what is it?
Quagmire.
Quagmire. That's a great one. I was gonna use the Playboy bunny owner. I forget his name.
Yeah.
He passed away.
And then the next note I had was launch. Why? Why did you destroy the whole house and the food? So I did put it down here. The lunch shows up, and then I just forgot. Because it's so fast. It shows up. Krillin pours pepper all over the house. Then they have to go eat somewhere else.
I put down Goku, one of my the funny quote from Goku when like Roshi's like, now we're gonna be in the classroom for the next couple of hours until lunch. And it's like, Goku, go and do this. The Goku's like, oh, but I'm not smart.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, Goku, we know. Sad life.
Before that one, I put down the oolong lookalike. I saw it, and I immediately wrote it down.
In the breakfast hall.
Restaurant, and then I wrote down that they got a PTSD from Goku's sneeze.
Yeah. Another great sneeze joke.
Yeah,
them running away from Goku sneezing.
And the fact that they cut all sound out after that, and the whole restaurant.
Everyone's just staring at them silently. Even Goku staring at them silently, and they both get like rosy-cheeked, embarrassed. I love it.
Yeah, that was great. They still got the comedy. We might not be pointing it out as much, but the comedy is still there.
Oh, it's funny. These 2 episodes are pretty good chuckles.
Especially when Goku starts reading, and he's reading like a dirty book.
He's reading like a dirty, like a smut book.
Yeah, this is not right, she says as she grabs his foot. And it's like, what?
It's like, Goku, when did you become like book talk?
Yeah. I love the Turtle Hermit way. I think we both wrote it down.
Yeah, work hard, study well, and eat and sleep plenty. The Turtle Hermit way.
Yes, work hard, sleep well, and eat.
No, that's a shirt I would buy.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone sells it out there somewhere.
I'm sure it's out there somewhere, probably with Roshi on it.
Yeah, probably with Roshi sleeping in a hammock because it's a nap time, baby.
Yeah.
Worldwide workout nap time, baby.
Worldwide martial art nap time because then we cut to every other martial artist that we've seen.
Yeah, because Goku brings up the fact of like, wow, what if like how are we certain that other people aren't working harder than us while we're doing this? And Roshi's like, don't worry about it, Goku. Everyone's got to get some sleep too.
Every fighter has to sleep at some point.
And then it cuts to everyone else having a nap time at the same time.
Which that just reminds me of like coaches back in like high school being like, every moment you're not practicing or getting better, somebody out there is getting better than you, and it's like, no, sometimes they're resting too.
Like sometimes they're playing Call of Duty at home as well. Like
sometimes they're resting.
Sometimes they're hitting the McDonald's drive-through as well. Like we're in high school, coach. Yeah. We're gonna get a 20-piece.
Yeah. Kyler Murray is an NFL quarterback. NFL level quarterback, probably a top 15 quarterback in the NFL.
When he applies himself,
is addicted to Call of Duty.
Yeah, he loves video gaming.
And so like,
there's a joke that every time a new Call of Duty comes out, he plays worse for like a couple of weeks.
Go down,
Well, I mean, what is it? In like the contract, the most recent contract he had signed, there was a clause initially for like a day where they're like, you have to study for like X amount of time.
You have to prove that you're studying every day for this month.
Yeah.
Which is BS for a contract,
everyone clowned him on it and immediately got rid of that clause. It is because like, man, is he really that addicted to video games?
And then like Krillin grabs that shovel and starts digging at the construction site. And I wrote down, the children yearn for the manual labor.
Yeah, the children yearn for the mines.
Well, they don't go to the mines, so I put manual labor instead.
Oh yeah, I mean, also they are out working the construction guys.
Yes, I also love that we get the Krillin backstory because I get to finally say this is why I like Krillin. Like, he gives off this cocky, I'm better than everybody demeanor.
But it's like,
I'm smart, like I'm smarter, I'm faster, I'm stronger. But it all comes from a place of very, very well-founded insecurity, where he's insecure about his height, and he's always been the weakest guy in the village, and he's getting picked on the whole time.
Yeah, it's like,
and so that's why he runs away to make a name for himself somewhere else to be stronger.
It is the classic problem with like that, like those, like it's the classic thing that those characters have. It's like, and this character kind of sucks. And then you learn their backstory, and I'm like, no, it's understandable. He's got a lot of problems going on. He probably used a therapist or two.
Yeah, and I relate to him pretty deeply due to the fact that I did a pretty similar thing. Like, I was picked on a lot in high school. I ran off to go 5 hours away from everybody and try to make a new version of myself out there. And, did I put on, like, a fake cockiness, a fake whatever? Yeah.
Probably.
But, like, it was...
Did things happen in the lives of both of us at that point in time?
Yeah. That
caused that facade to immediately fall down and everything kind of backfire?
Yeah.
Almost certainly. From what I've learned about from you from that year of both of our lives.
Yes. But it also, like...
It shapes what you are now.
I relate to Krillin deeply because, like, he finally got a chance to write a new chapter for himself. And he got to immediately put that to the test,
Mm-hmm.
And it immediately got altered again when he ran into Goku, who's stronger and faster than he is, even though he's the same size.
But I think what's also great is, like, inadvertently Goku is providing therapy to Krillin, where it's like people can be way this much better than me, but also like.
Those people suck. Like not Goku, but the bullies suck because they could have been like Goku.
They could have been like Goku.
Because Goku is stronger than me and faster than me, even though he is shorter than me by a little bit. But like that doesn't matter to him because it's all about a game. It's not him bullying me over it.
It's like Goku. It's like it always circles back to like the conversations of like there's no reward for being nice. It's like there is a reward for being nice. It's called being a good person.
Yes.
Like the reward is in of itself you spreading good, putting goodness out there. The more goodness you put in the world, the more goodness the world can contain. Like
yes.
the less
the whole pay people it forward.
Yeah, the less people around the world. Like you might help someone, like you might help an old lady cross the street, and then suddenly like. You doing that in front of somebody, not only does it affect the old lady, but it affects the people around you watching. And like that might encourage someone to pay a homeless guy $10. And then that $10 the homeless guy got paid is just enough to maybe secure clothes for a job interview. And then it keeps piling and piling up. Just like Goku is putting positivity out in this world that will probably drastically alter how Krillin is for the next hundreds of episodes of every show and movie he is in.
Yes.
And it's like you're setting the groundwork for just be a good person.
Yeah, and that's my thing is like I used to work in mental health, like as you know, and maybe not the viewers at home.
Yeah, but
Jesse,
I know. Yeah.
Jesse knows.
Yeah.
And like my biggest thing when I would try to set with these kids and teach them is that like yes, there is something to being a good person so you can get a reward, or being a good person so you don't get the consequences of being a bad person. But sometimes, like my biggest theory, which I got from Ted Lasso, is that sometimes just being a good person because it's good, like that's all it's for. Like that's what it's about. Just like we don't know what happens after we all die. Everybody has a bunch of different theories. There's a bunch of different religions about it.
You can go to any corner of the globe and you will meet someone with a different thought of what happens when you die.
Yes, but all we know is that while we're here now, if we can spread goodness to people, they like that is being good in that moment.
Yeah.
Now, like what happens after the fact, that's up to whatever God or not God or whatever you believe in.
Whatever you think is going to happen.
Yeah, but what matters now is that in the moment, being good to people, doing good things, that is what matters. Yeah. And that's what I like about Goku, and that's what I like about this little change here in Krillin.
It's like because you immediately recognize like within these two episodes, like in the first episode of this
he is so cocky.
He's cocky. He's kind of like, and then you see the backstory, and as you see the backstory, it's like the backstory is kind of triggered by, something. I don't remember exactly what triggers it.
It's the fact that they were talking about how they were going to go fight at the martial arts tournament.
And it's like maybe I can get strong enough to beat those guys, and you flash back to that, and then it's like. Roshi's talking about pushing the rock. I'll teach you martial arts and the training. And it's like there's this brotherhood that is built between Goku and Krillin.
Yeah.
Who, like, again, is Goku altering people's lives by just being there.
Yes.
Because we get to meet up with Oolong later in the next episode.
And though he is still pretty negative and cynical.
But you can tell that he's genuinely starting to like kind of become like radiate more positive energy.
Yeah, he's still cynical and kind of an a-hole.
Kind of a bad person.
But he's not like he's not the worst anymore.
Like he's taken what's a great thing that I noticed, and I kind of pointed out. I don't know if you noticed.
He wasn't wearing the panties.
He doesn't have the panties on anymore. That's a great way to like subtly show the changes in a character like him. Is he's not wearing the panties on his head. Now, is that maybe because of the social norms that he's living in a big city? You could put it up to that, but I'd like to think of it's like a kind of showing a little bit of change in his character. Because I mean, when he meets Goku, he's like, him and Goku are like like hanging out, best buds, like meeting up. Like you can already see the subtle changes in the characters that have met Goku. Like Bulma seems to be more positive. Obviously, Yamcha's a much better person.
He's not stealing stuff.
Yeah, Puar obviously has always been pretty good. I mean, she's probably the most good person that's not Goku that we meet in the first couple of episodes.
Yeah.
But even Puar, you can see, is even more positive. Like, there's positive. It's a great way to subtly show the changes of like just being a good person goes forward into the world so drastically. I mean, even like, we hit it on all the episodes where like the Ox King when he's good, nice Ox King's just a cool person, cool dude.
Ox King's just like, oh, bet like this is all right.
Awesome,
we can stop. You're gonna help us. You're gonna help me, sure. Like he helps the turtle, and that sets him up with Roshi, which gives him a chance to help Krillin, which. All down the line.
Yeah, like there's so many benefits to being a good person. Just be a good person.
And one thing that I want to point out when you brought up Krillin already improving and not being as cocky and all that stuff.
Like
when we first meet Krillin, when he's first introduced in the Goku's rival, he is a brat. He is a cocky brat who is brown nosing to Roshi so that he can outdo Goku, so that he can be the number one star pupil, because he thinks if I'm the number one star pupil, that means I'm better than everybody. I can actually be the bully for once. And then as we go along, he slowly sees that I'm good, but this kid over here is different,
And it kind of becomes not a competition for Roshi's love and affection. It becomes a competition of like Krillin now has that stone that he's got to catch. He's got that pillar that is in front of him. I've got to catch that, and that's I know that's a big theme in Dragon Ball. Is like, if you find a goal and you surpass that limit, you surpass the next goal.
Plus ultra.
Yeah, didn't want to say it, but yeah, pretty much like that.
Yeah, and so then through the next few episodes, we see Krillin fighting against that belief system where he is cheating Goku. He is he is cheating the whole time. He's trying to cheat during the training. Roshi's being kind of a stickler about it, but
as you have to,
as you should. But he's the one putting that down.
But then you skip to the second episode of what we've watched this podcast, and you immediately notice he's not cutting corners. Is he lagging behind Goku? Yes. But that lag is getting
right way.
That lag is getting closer because he's pushing himself.
Yeah,
he sees this pillar of good and he pushes himself. Yeah. It's the storytelling. When you sit down and you analyze it, and maybe I'm pulling an English teacher, maybe I'm overanalyzing it.
I like it.
But it's you can already see we have known Krillin for what 5, 6 episodes.
5 or 6 episodes. I think.
And
6
you
by the
immediately seen an immediate turnaround in the 8. Obviously,
snivelly little brat into genuinely, ready to go character.
Obviously, by the end of this episode, these 2 episodes, we have known Krillin for 8 months.
And we've known him for 8 months.
He's known Goku for 8.5 months. So obviously, someone that long. You're training alongside. You're eating alongside. You're doing all this stuff alongside someone like that. You are going to show improvement. But it's so great to show that time advancement. Not only by their own skills, their power, their stamina, their speed.
Because even when they jump up into the air in the second episode after they take the shells off, they're like, "This is really cool. We both have done this."
Yeah, we've overcome this. But just the immediate positivity and the shift, the mind, the mind over matter that Krillin has changed. It's you see those changes, and that's a great way to show the effects of just how Goku affects people around him in the world. Now, obviously, is he ever going to change Roshi from being a perv? Absolutely.
We'll
Maybe
see.
not.
We'll see.
It might become a little less prevalent, but I would bet on probably not as much as we'd love him to.
Yeah. But just to get back onto track, because we've been off track, but it's still talking about Dragon Ball.
It's a good track.
I was fun with it. But yeah, the next little bit on this, just the next step that we go is that Roshi's like, once you can move this size of a rock, then we'll go. And then he moves the rock.
Yeah,
he's
Goku
like,
immediately moves the rock.
No, because he's like, oh, that was tough. Did you see me move that rock? And then Goku's like, okay. And then he moves the same size of rock. And he's like, oh, no, I meant that rock. We literally see, like, goalposts moving in real time.
Yeah. Goalposts moving because, oh, wait, Goku's, like, actually really strong.
Yeah. And then we get the Jaws theme as they swim the lake with the sharks. Then they get chased by that same dinosaur. And then he does the Hornet's Nest agility training where you have to dodge the
dodging Hornet's Nest, which is just a fun way to do dodge training. I also love the tidbit where like they're all stung up and you like pan the camera and Roshi's got a big old bulb on the back of his head. That was pretty funny.
I also love the fact that like there was no perv moment in this episode by Roshi.
Yeah, there's no perv moment in the first episode.
But he does make up for that in the second episode.
He gets
because there's like about 5 in the second.
Yeah, he tries to lift the skirt under the table like twice. He does get smashed by the rice the second time.
Yeah.
He also gets interrupted the first time.
5 minutes 10 seconds is the moment where he has his.
Yeah. And I think that is counting.
Moment. That's counting the intro.
The intro and the recap.
Yeah.
So if you subtract those, probably about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Probably about 2 minutes. You make it, and then he also slaps the butt on the flight attendant. Yeah. Which I thought was a pretty cool detail.
And he also tries to fill up Bulma, too.
Yeah, he does fill up Bulma. She smacks him with a hammer, which is awesome.
Which is great. She brought a mallet. She was ready.
Yeah.
But before we get into the next episode, I want to bring up a theory that I had while we were watching the first episode and the beginning part of the second episode. My theory is Roshi owns this entire island. Like, he owns the people who live there. And he's like building, like he owns the island. He pays the people who live there pay rent. That's why he has these kids here training in quotation marks, as he's like just fixing up the island so he can have more property to sell to people. He's building like a beach house resort on this island by having these people live there, having a fish market built. He's building farmland so that they have food to feed the people there. And then the construction is he's building his first, 5-star hotel. Okay. That is my major theory about this episode.
Okay, Mr. Matt Pat over there.
That's just a theory. A Dragon Ball theory.
I'm going to counter that by saying Roshi probably doesn't think that far ahead.
Okay, but what I will say is some of my evidence.
Let me counter your argument. No.
Okay, but let me counter by saying I have evidence to point to. Number one, everyone on this island knows him, and now that could be because he's been
training here for years. Yeah.
But what if I tell you the people he's been training here for years are now all living on this island? That's why the monk knows him, is because he was a student of Roshi at one point, and they've all moved there to help create this island paradise.
It's not much of a paradise. You have a shark in the lake, and you got a T-Rex chasing people around.
My second point of evidence is that there's a major construction going on. Why are they having a major construction going on when there's only 300 people on this island? Well, I have a guess. 5-star resort being built on this island. Third piece of evidence. When Launch destroys the house because of breakfast and sneezing because of pepper, they go to a restaurant. You know what we don't see while they're at that restaurant? A check. That's because Roshi already owns the restaurant.
It also gets away before they're done. It also gets away before they're done eating.
My case closed.
It's one of those things where it's like, you could be right. I'm not gonna lie. I don't care.
That's fine.
I don't want to be a bad person, but also I'm like, are we gonna come back to this island ever?
I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Maybe
in the final episode of Dragon Ball Z, we come back and we got Roshi's palace, and it's a island filled with 7 million people.
I don't want to put this on the record. This is a joke, by the way. If that happens, I will pay you $20.
Okay.
But this is a joke. I will not pay you $20.
Okay.
But it's like it's in that jest. Like if this happens, it's like the dude, the Florida State dude from last year. He's like, I will eat dog poop.
Yeah.
He's like it's one of those bets where I'm like, I'm fairly certain that's not gonna happen. But also, if it does, I'll eat my words.
Yeah.
Like if you're right, I will laugh at myself in this episode telling you that you are stupid.
Yeah. I just think it's a good theory. But
it's a fun theory. It hurts no one to say it.
Too,
it hurts no one to say it.
Like he's got to get money somewhere. Like,
yeah, I mean, he obviously has enough money to have a lot of dino calves. I don't know how expensive those are because I don't know the exchange rate.
We don't know
the
economy of this world yet. But my next point on the next episode is Goku points out, why does this dinosaur follow us everywhere? And I was like, oh, why does that dinosaur follow you everywhere?
I put the dinosaur wants some turtle food.
That makes sense too.
Maybe the dinosaur hunts turtles and they're just wearing turtle stuff. Maybe that's why he wanted. That's another reason why he wanted to wear turtle shells. Is because he knew the dinosaur. He fed the dinosaur turtles for like the longest time. Obviously non-sentient talking turtles, like fed him turtles all the time. And he's like, oh, so now he'll hunt down turtles around the island. Yeah. And maybe that's part of the maybe that was part of the training.
It's all part of the master plan.
I mean, obviously you knew the shark was in the water, so you knew the shark would chase them when they were swimming.
Yeah. We do get like a 7/8 of an 8th month jump. We get 7/8 of the way there.
Yeah, we jump 7 months, and then we kind of like have a pickup for around the month time, where they push the new rock he pointed at,
the new goal.
And then Roshi's like, I don't have a martial arts. Go keep training, and they train again for like basically an entire another month.
And they double the shell string.
Yeah, at that point he gives them a 100-pound shell instead of a 50-pound shell.
Yeah,
and then they keep training for another month.
And this is where he goes full Miyagi, where he says, I don't have any extra training or special moves to teach you. All I can teach you is that this is the way you get strong. And then he says another poignant goat line from Roshi: fighting is the outer expression of strength.
Yeah. Again, if it wasn't for him, we've been hammering this nail for the last like two podcast episodes, basically.
Basically, since Roshi, since the tournament arc started.
Since his arc started, if he wasn't a pervert, Roshi would be a top 3 character, and I don't think he's 3.
Yeah, I think he's 2.
I think he's top. I think
he's behind Goku.
He's like right behind Goku. Yeah. With the pervertedness, he's like a top 20 character probably all time. And we haven't even met 20 full characters that we're going to know. But I just have a feeling he's maybe top 20 to 30.
Yeah. Also, Launch is just a housemaid now.
Yeah. I mean, I think that kind of what she was acquired to be in the first place.
Well, she was acquired to be his thing.
But also like a housemaid.
Yeah.
Because you knew you're not this perverted, and you're also like
a good
believe in, women's rights to not just be a housemaid. Like, I'm not trying to dog on Roshi or like people like that, but you don't demand your trainees go find you a woman to love you for a long time and not believe she's just going to be a housemaid for the rest of her life.
That is true.
You're not demanding that, and then like also believe in like women's rights to not just live at home.
Yep.
So let's be totally honest with ourselves.
I will say, I'm going to point out this before we get to our best part, and I'm going to preemptively dib this best part. Mm-hmm. The Yamcha Darkness fighting scene where you can't tell if it's a wolf or Yamcha for a little bit might be the best animation in this show so far.
It was great. Like it was the exact type of animation you would hope for. Like they're really good at showing like the strength of characters within 5 to 10 seconds.
And
it's so obvious that he has like seriously buffed up for this tournament. Yeah. Which I mean they do point out. We had flashback to.
Yeah, we had shown it in the last the 2 episodes ago.
Like Puar. Puar like kind of talked about like Yamcha Yamcha's always wanted to win this tournament. He's always wanted to like get into it and win it. And like that comes right after the training arc montage, like the training montage for him. Yeah, like the 20 to 30 second animation.
Yeah, but that I'm calling dibs on that. That's my best part of the episode because that's just like an insane amount of quality and detail using what you have and what you more importantly what you don't have at that moment to your advantage. Like it's awesome. The animation quality, like the ability to do it in the 80s is not at the level it is now. But
it's a great choice.
But if you put it in the darkness where you don't have to light it, you make it a dark mound that you can move because darkness already makes it more like intense. And then you shade it in the way they shaded it. You add the score to it that they did. Where you can't tell, again, the way the animation is, you can't tell if it's an animal or a human, showing just how like hardcore he's going at this. It was just so good that like it was almost like I wanted to go back and rewatch it right after it had happened.
It was
because
awesome.
it was that good of an animated.
It is part. A great sequence. It's a great animation sequence.
Also, it shows that Yamcha can punch through boulders.
Yeah, he can punch rocks.
Like that boulder he punched through was about the same size as the one Goku and Krillin were just moving.
Yeah, like it's a great showcase of strength.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so you guys can move that boulder a little bit. What if I showed you I could literally just punch a hole through that boulder?
Yeah, I'm gonna punch a hole through
It's
a boulder.
like power scaling non-verbally. Like, showing, like, oh, you guys can move this boulder that's this size. What if I just show you I can punch right through it? Like, just that power scale. Just seeing it almost immediately after is cool. Then, yes, we jump back to the West City. Bulma is mad because Yamcha's been gone for about a month now. Not calling.
Not training in the forest.
Yeah, not calling, not sending postcards, nothing. She's upset. I don't think I want to be with him anymore. Steps out into the...
drops an orange from her grocery bag, goes to chase it without looking both ways, and almost gets isekai'd by a truck.
Yes. And but who's there to save her?
Yamcha, which she doesn't recognize immediately because he hasn't clean shaved or anything for a while.
He's been in the woods doing nothing but training for a month.
So
yeah, that happens. And then we get our first like actual innuendo that's not perverted, where Bulma is like, I'm going to bring you in here and get you cleaned up, and you might even like it. Like, almost like an innuendo of, like, what are you guys about to go do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And also, and then, like, we flash in that to them getting back on the plane.
And we get also, boys, let's suit up, because they put on their, like, tuxedos.
What is it? What is that movie where you have the two guys dressing in the tuxedos?
Blues Brothers?
Is it Blues Brothers? I thought I was going to misquote it. They got Blues Brothers shoots.
They look like Blues Brothers.
They got the Blues Brothers shoots. I don't know when Blues Brothers came out, before or after this was animated or whatever. But if it was before, that's definitely a reference to Blues Brothers.
Yes,
100%. If I didn't Google it. Didn't Google that. Googled Rocky because I saw the Rockies. That's got to be a Rocky reference.
Yeah.
Didn't Google Blues Brothers, but it's got to be a reference if it's possible to be one.
Yes, and then we get to see Goku's first like reaction to a city. Which is wow, there's a lot of stars on the ground.
There's a lot of stars on the ground. Can I get a star?
And I found Jesse was like, well, you kind of are one in real life, metatextually. And I was like, yeah, that's a good point. And then we kind of talked about like non-spoilery stuff of like every time Goku has a major achievement in this world, like just from social osmosis. I know Jesse knows about like some of the big fights coming down the line.
Oh yeah, I know a lot about Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, he gets the credit taken from him every time. So.
Everyone that was it's one of those classic things. Like everyone that was there knows who did it, but no one wants to admit that. It's a great comparison to like One Punch Man.
Yeah,
it's like everyone else gets like credited for what One Punch Man does, which I'm sure is a reference to Goku not getting his comeuppance.
You know, it's a thing of a thing. Things like a thing that's like a thing that's like a thing.
Yeah, it just keeps referencing itself.
I like that we talked about Oolong ditched the panties, which again we brought up during our soliloquy.
Yeah,
gushing about Goku. But then also Bulma came packing to this like tournament.
Yeah,
she's like, "There's a chance I'm going to run into Roshi, and I'm going to need something to knock."
Or just perverted people while Yamcha's not around to protect me. What I do love about that scene is Bulma like smacks him in the face with the mallet, and then like Oolong makes a joke about like Roshi being like a pervert, and was like, what do you expect, or something like that. And I'm like, Oolong, you don't have a whole lot to talk about.
Yeah,
like you're doing better. That's about the time I also realized he didn't have panties on his head. I'm like, you're obviously doing better, but you don't have a lot to talk about.
Yeah. And then I pointed out my second to last note is at least somebody in this world is like, hey, these kids are like
these are children
that are going in to fight these full-grown men. Are we sure?
Of course, assuming next episode they are going to fight and like show their fighting prowess and probably kick some butt.
Yeah.
They're going to learn in the next episode. But like they're understandably like the first people that really understandably skeptical about what are these kids going to do to me?
Exactly. Yeah, and then the last note I have is we get the OG outfits right as we end the
iconic
episode.
outfits debut.
Yeah. And that's basically the end of the episode. They get signed up for the tournament. Roshi signs them up, and then they get their classic, the OG Turtle Hermit outfits.
And they walk into
the
tournament
hall to get ready for the preliminaries.
They ring the gong rings, gets everyone's attention, and then it cuts off basically when leaving us off on they're gonna fight next episode.
Yes, and so with that, we're gonna go into our the point where Jesse did his predictions from last episode. He said I wrote these down. He said for the first episode you were going to learn more about Roshi and his training style,
which we did.
That's
pretty much the entire episode.
And then during the episodes when we were watching it, Jesse said that when he said that they'll jump 8 months in the future, he didn't mean in one episode. He just meant overall.
I knew
we're going to have to time skip to get to it.
I thought I conveyed it when I said the prediction in the last podcast. Maybe you wrote it down wrong. Or
but
I kind of misspoke when I wrote it.
He got it right eventually. They did jump 8 months, but not all at once. But we did jump 8 months.
Obviously, knowing the tournament begins is the second episode in our podcast that we're covering.
Yeah.
Obviously, you knew there were going to have to be a big 8 month time jump.
Yeah,
altogether. Somewhere they're going to jump 8 months.
Yeah.
Whether it's a couple months at a time like they did or whatnot.
Yes. And then the tournament begins, which it kind of does at the end of the last episode.
Yeah, that's the one I'm technically wrong on, because I kind of predicted that we would see the first match at the tournament.
Yes, which
or
is
whether it was with Goku, Krillin, Yamcha, anybody. I've predicted there would be a fight, and there wasn't.
And also for that episode, you also said we're going to meet some main characters of the tournament. And outside of Goku, Krillin, and Yamcha, we don't meet anybody.
We didn't meet anybody new.
And you put meet new rivals as one of the guesses.
Yeah, so
that one misses.
That one was wrong. That one feels probably an episode or two early.
Yeah, and then here it says either the first fight or right before the first fight for Goku is where it was going to cut off at.
Yeah,
and that one I'll say is kind of sort of right.
That's a half truth.
Yeah.
I will say we can pretty much copy all of the ones I got wrong from that episode
and move
for the next two episodes that we're going to make now, because it's pretty easy to predict that there's going to be some fights and probably meeting some new rivals, probably meeting the other people who might round out the top 8.
Yeah.
Whether we're going to meet the full 6 or we're going to meet 2 or 3 other people that round out the top 8, and then there's a couple randos that are thrown in there to just take a punch for the first, for a couple tournament proper fights.
Yeah.
We're going to meet some people that we're fighting in this tournament.
Yeah.
Almost guaranteed certainly in the next episode or 2 that we cover.
Yes.
It feels like the easiest prediction to make.
Yes. And so moving into the predictions for next episode, I'll get ready to write these down for you.
Do you want to do best part, worst part first?
Oh, yeah, we can. So worst part, I'll let you go first on the worst part. I already told you my best part.
You told you my. I'll do my best part. Just get that out of the way.
Okay.
I think my best part. You took the Yamcha thing. Again, I really just as a whole, the character development that I kind of gushed on with Krillin and Oolong and stuff from this last episode was it's really nice to see the effect on the world Goku's already had.
Yeah, and Yamcha
that's
also
a great part. Yeah,
get lumped into that where instead of being he's fighting to stay alive and doing it in a bad way, now he's fighting for something that he actually wants,
that he believes in and things.
Yeah, and that kind of thing.
It's great to start seeing in real time the effects of Goku's actions, of being this beacon of hope and good and everything nice. Yeah, it's really cool to see that. That's an awesome way. For episodes that aren't necessarily filler, but kind of filler, filling in 8 months of time.
Yeah,
it's a great way to show the changes of the world over that length of time.
Yes.
So I'll give that as my best part.
Okay.
Because there's not a whole lot. There's not one moment where you're this is a great part. There's moments where that's good.
Yeah.
But there's nothing that sticks out as fantastic. As a whole, the best parts of these episodes are the moments where you see the changes in the characters because of the actions of Goku and everyone else.
Yeah. As far as worst parts, I think the worst part for me, we talked about it early on, and I'm not gonna say pervy stuff, because it's obviously the pervy stuff. Yeah, but the part I'm going to bring up is the fact that, at the end of all of this, they get to the end of all the training, and instead of being like, and here's a special move I can teach you, he's like, there's nothing I can teach you. Go fight, have fun.
Yeah, go have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a cop out.
But that's kind of my least favorite part is just the fact that, like, not that you should train and then you get this massive power spike.
Yeah, I'm going to teach you the Kamehameha.
Yeah. But it's like, you should be able to learn. You should have, like, some sort of particular fighting thing that he can teach them that could help in a moment.
You feel like he should have something to reward them.
Or at least, like, teach them some, like advanced technique,
you
know, type of martial arts.
Like a wolfing fist.
Yeah, something like that, you know.
Yeah, like a finishing move.
The turtle trap or something where you get
the turtle smack where you like back bump them with like a headbutt or something like that. You know, like something stupid. Yeah, something silly.
I like the idea of the turtle trap where you just like latch onto their back like a turtle shell.
And you just like kind of flip them backwards.
Yeah,
that's cool.
But something along those lines where it's just like, here's a martial art move that I perfected and it's mine, but now I'm letting you use it because you finished my training.
It's kind of like the It's like them not having a special thing kind of matches with the style of how these shows go and things like that.
Because they've got to get their own special.
Yeah, they have to learn their own things.
Yeah,
but it is kind of that like, you know, it kind of is a letdown. Like that kind of sucks.
So I will say that's my worst part. Because I'll even say during the second episode, the perverted stuff isn't as bad.
Yeah,
it's like you know, like
he is smacked. He's smacked by a table. He is smacked by the stewardess's tray, and then he gets absolutely walloped by a mallet by Bulma.
Yeah.
So like he gets his comeuppance immediately. I mean, yeah, that's a good worst part. Sorry.
Yeah.
For me, like, I don't really know. I mean, outside of that, and the perverted stuff, like, there's not a whole lot in these episodes that sucks.
Well, because again, like, just like with the last saga, this we're streamlining towards the finish line. It feels like.
Yeah, like we are. I mean, I got
rapid
a feeling.
Pace.
I got a feeling these like next 8 episodes probably is going to be a lot of tournament fighting.
Yeah. And
like learning about people in the tournament and stuff like that. So there's not they kind of zoom through a lot of good stuff, like a lot of good, just plot. So there's not a lot of chances for you to stop and or that kind of sucks, or that was bad.
Yeah.
Or I dislike that.
Yeah.
That's not the obvious perverted or like the letdown of there is no special move.
Yeah.
The dragon scroll is blank. Yeah, there is no MacGuffin.
The dragon scroll is blank.
That's a great reference to that.
Thank you.
Reference there. Like that's a great way to describe it. I mean, I'm trying to think of like parts I disliked. Like a third thing I disliked for these episodes.
It's all right if you want to jump on the bandwagon with me or with the perverted stuff.
It's tough to pick anything else because everything else is just good.
Yeah, it's just
decent.
It's either good or fine. Like
yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
I think I'll just jump on with you.
Okay. I mean, I'm fine with it. And now we'll get into the prediction round. Episode 20's name is Elimination Round. And episode 21 is named Smells Like Trouble. What do you think is going to be happening during those two? I will be writing down your response.
Sorry.
You're okay.
Well.
Elimination Round.
Elimination Round, I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
They're probably going through the elimination rounds.
Yeah.
On the tournament, like fighting each other, surviving.
Yeah.
What is it? The NCAA basketball tournament motto?
Yeah.
Survive in advance.
Yeah.
Probably just doing a lot of that.
All right.
The second episode, and not all, obviously everything else from
plus
last episode.
Plus new rivals, new characters,
things like that.
Yada yada.
The first, the stuff that I said basically can be copy and pasted.
Yada.
And then what was the second?
Smells Like Trouble.
Maybe that's where we meet like the big bad rival, or
okay.
Maybe someone frames one of the characters for doing something bad. Like maybe someone maybe says Goku's cheating.
Okay.
Like that could be a good guess.
Okay.
Because I mean that would smell like trouble. Like if you're being blamed for cheating.
Yeah.
because maybe they were cheating and they got beat still by Goku. So like, well, he has to be cheating if I couldn't cheat and beat him.
Yeah,
like maybe something like that happens, and they believe the other dude because Goku's like a 12-year-old child.
Okay,
that seems the best thing I come up with.
Okay, I'll take those. That
seems like a pretty safe guess.
Okay,
it's not too crazy.
All right, I'll take it. And so then with that, just got to wrap up here. Thank you guys for listening. We've been enjoying the support. Actually, as of today, we had 100 downloads, which is pretty great. 100 total downloads. Whoop. Yeah, we're at the first century mark. And so with that,
let's shoot for 140.
Yeah, let's go for 125 as the next mark.
Yeah, next mark.
So we're very excited that you guys have been listening. Follow us on all of our social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. I'm on Reddit. I don't know the Reddit name, but they're all under Becoming Saiyans Pod. The other ones are.
And I know we mentioned it in the last episode. I assume we'll still have the link for the GoFundMe.
Yeah, we'll still have the link for Matt McFarland's,
Michael
McFarland's, GoFundMe in here. And then also, just send us a message, send us an email on becomingsaiyans@gmail.com. I keep messing it up every time. But, yeah, just send us a message there. Reach out to us. We will be listening. We're ready to hear any messages you guys got for us.
We're here for any questions. If you have a question, tip on maybe how to improve what we're doing, anything that you want to preference, let us know. I'm excited for the first piece of fan question.
Yeah, I'm also very excited.
I'm like, when's it gonna happen?
Somebody's got to send us something.
It's coming down. It's coming eventually.
And so, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna start signing off. Just a little bit of behind the curtains over here. We've bulked a little bit, and so for us, real time as of August 28th, we are gonna be taking the next 2 weeks off because of situations in our personal lives. We're gonna be missing a couple weeks, and so you won't have a miss. Real time. You guys won't miss because we're both. But so you will still be here next week. But when you hear us, we'll be 2 weeks in the future. So
yeah, we'll be
on time with you.
We'll have slept since then, kind of in quotes.
Yeah.
When you're hearing this one.
Yes. So. With that,
let me date it in a funny way. Micah Parsons got traded today.
Yeah, that's a football thing.
Football
for
reference.
You guys who aren't football.
Yeah, that's an NFL football reference. Micah Parsons got traded today, so that's your date. He got traded like an hour before we sat down to watch the first couple episodes.
Yeah. And so with that, I've been Truman,
and I've been Jesse,
and the journey will continue.
And bye.